Hello yogis! Happy holidays! So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, whatever it is you're celebrating, I hope you're having a good one. I'm happy to be visiting my family right now and have a couple of days off. I decided to do a little holiday blog because it's been a while. I've been very busy working on a very exciting Christmas show out in Connecticut, so I haven't gotten to do this for a while. But I was thinking a lot about the holidays because I think that's a very, very important time to keep up our yoga practice. Yes, it's definitely a time of rest for a lot of us, which is much needed, a little break from things. But it's also a time of change and often a very busy time for a lot of us. Even as work deadlines come, that can be crazy, as school semesters finish. And then even when work and school are finished, there's traveling, there's getting gifts for everyone, there's lots of parties, there's just changes in our daily routine. And I think that's just a very important thing to acknowledge as this crazy, crazy time of year happens. You know, we're thrown off our routine and it's exciting. Of course, we look forward to the holidays all year. I know I always love Christmas, but it's always a little off-putting, you know, when you're taken out of your day-to-day life and suddenly you're in a new place, seeing people you haven't seen in a long time. For many of us, eating different things, our schedule's different. So I think it's important to talk about really staying present through all of that. And, you know, especially during those busy holiday celebrations when, you know, you're trying to keep calm amongst your family. And I know it's been a very busy year for many of us, and there's quite a bit going on in the world right now. So it can be hard. It can be very hard to stay present, and especially for artists like us, you know, a lot's happened this year. Maybe a lot of good has happened. You know, maybe a lot of great things have been happening for you. Maybe it's a slow time. You know you're doing well, but you've just been getting callbacks and not jobs, or something's not quite selling. So it can be hard to talk to your relatives about that, and also to make peace with it yourself, to think, what's happened this year and how can I be proud of it? So I wanted to talk just a little bit about some tools I use for staying present in those tough moments. So I'm going to go to one of my very favorite poses, good old mountain pose. Now I really do love mountain pose because it's a great little break in the midst of a yoga practice, but it's great in your everyday life. You can pop into it at work, on the train, in the middle of a party, in the middle of wherever. So let's do a little mountain pose. So I want you to close your eyes and just take a couple deep breaths through your nose. I have some pretty clogged sinuses, as I know many of us do this time of year, so these breaths feel so nice. So just start to take some deep breaths in your nose and out your nose, just bringing yourself into the present moment. And then we'll go up and down the body. So I want you to start by feeling your feet firmly rooted into the ground. So you're really feeling all 10 toes, the sides of the feet, the heels, the arch of the foot, all 4 corners are firmly rooted into the ground. And you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, really feeling those feet. Exhaling. And now moving on up to your lower legs and your knees. So those knees are not locked, nor are they deeply bent. You really want to find that happy medium of where they want to fall. So just quite simply where they want to be, without any interference. Your knees are released and you're breathing. And now moving on to your tailbone area, your hips. So once again, don't just let your hips fall back or forward. You want them to be right in line. And you're breathing. So now doing an inventory of that lower body area. Your feet are firmly rooted. Your knees are not locked or deeply bent. Your hips are nice and in line. And you should feel a little grounding now. You're suddenly, oh hey, I'm aware of my lower body. And you're breathing. And now moving on up, let's feel that spine lengthen. So it's not that forced posture as we've talked about before, but it's also not a slumping. So it's really that in between, kind of where your spine wants to be. Just notice, can I allow my spine to straighten? And breathing. And then opening up that heart area, especially important as the weather gets colder and with all the joy you might be feeling. Just open up that heart and breathe. Noticing how you feel when you open up that area, let anything go. And the same with your shoulders, just letting them release down the back, releasing those fingers, and breathing. All the way through those arms, noticing the elbows have a soft bend, and the fingers, and breathe. And finally, the neck, that extension of the spine, all the way through the crown of the head, nice and released. And a couple deep breaths here. So just taking a few deep breaths in your mountain, you're in your body, and notice that difference. You're here, and notice any thoughts that may run through your mind. They are there, but they're no longer overpowering because you can feel your body. Couple more breaths. And then slowly blink open your eyes. So I hope a little mountain pose can maybe help you through your holidays, because I think being present is a very important thing to remember, not just in the not so great moments, but also in the wonderful moments. It's very easy to get caught up in the joy and excitement of the holidays. I know I certainly do that. But we also want to remember to stay grounded and present, because the holiday season is always over so quickly, and we want to remember to really enjoy the moment. So the next time, something's not going your way at, say, a family gathering, or just getting through your day off, or if something is great and you're so full of excitement, see if you can just take a moment and take a deep breath. Feel your feet, feel your mountain, and just feel yourself here. So really live in that present moment, however tough or however amazing it is, really experience it. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, yogis, and I will be back in the new year. Namaste.